Hello everyone! Important, if you watched a short clip on social media and thought, this person is definitely the bad guy, could you stop yourself for a moment?
Oof, I would definitely watch it. Even if I only heard one side of the story, I might feel like I understood the whole thing.
Today, we're looking at a paper called The Illusion of Information Adequacy. The theme is how people can believe they know enough, even when they only have limited information.
Wait, so even when people don't have enough information, they can still feel like they do?
Exactly. For example, you might watch only a movie trailer and decide, this looks boring. Or in a fight between friends, you might hear only one person's side and think, the other person is wrong.
That definitely happens. I've also looked at just a couple of restaurant reviews and thought, this place must be great.
That is exactly the important point of this study. People build a story in their minds using only the information they can see. Then, without noticing that some pieces may be missing, they sometimes reach a conclusion.
It's like having only half the puzzle, but feeling like you can already see the finished picture.
That's a good metaphor. In this paper, that is called the illusion of information adequacy. Put simply, it means the mistaken feeling that you already have enough information, even when the information is limited.
But if you don't have much information, wouldn't you normally think, I should look into this more?
That's the interesting part. People tend to focus on what is currently visible. It's like shining a flashlight in a dark room and thinking you understand the whole room just because you can see the part the light hits.
That sounds close to getting angry from just a news headline, or judging someone from a short post.
Those are reasonable examples to think about. However, what this paper actually studied was not social media. It studied articles about a fictional school merger.
Question: is this about people being fooled by lies?
Not exactly. The key point comes before whether the information is true or false. It is about misjudging whether the information you have is enough.
Oh, I see. It's like having only half a map, but walking forward as if you know every road.
What this study wanted to know was whether people who read limited information really feel this is enough, and whether that limited information changes their judgment.
So it tested whether people become confident, even when they don't know the whole story.
That's an easy way to put it. Imagine there is trouble in a classroom. If you only hear student A's story, you might think student B is wrong. But if you hear student B's story too, the situation might look different.
That happens. When you hear only one side, that side can sound completely right.
Here's another example. If you read only positive reviews before buying a new smartphone, you may think, this is perfect. But if you read only negative reviews, you may think, I should avoid this.
That's true. It's the same smartphone, but how you feel changes depending on which information you see.
This study is also related to the idea that people tend to see their own view as the normal view. The technical term is naive realism, but you don't need to memorize it. Simply put, people tend to feel, I'm seeing this correctly.
So we end up thinking that our own viewpoint is the whole world.
Exactly. It's like looking outside through a small window and deciding this is what the whole outside world looks like. But in reality, there is still scenery to the right and left that you haven't seen yet.
So what were the main predictions in this paper?
Broadly, there were three. First, even people who read only limited information would feel that the information was enough. Second, they would feel they could make a good judgment. Third, the information they read would pull their judgment toward either supporting the merger or keeping the schools separate.
Question: if you only know half the story, shouldn't your confidence also be only half as strong?
That's what we might expect, but people don't measure the amount of information like using a ruler. When the information they have seems to form a coherent story, they may feel this is enough.
Oh, I see. It's like looking at only one side of a lunchbox and saying, this looks filling enough.
Now let's look at how the experiment worked. In this study, 1,261 participants in the United States were analyzed.
That's quite a lot. What did they do?
The participants read an article about a fictional school. In that area, water was becoming scarce, and the article discussed whether the school should merge with another school or continue separately as it was.
So, in simple terms, it was about whether the school should combine with a neighboring school or stay as it is.
Exactly. The participants were divided into 3 groups. The first group read information from both sides. They read 3 reasons in favor of the merger, 3 reasons in favor of staying separate, and 1 neutral piece of information.
That group got to hear both sides of the argument.
The second group read only information that made the merger look good. They read 3 reasons in favor of the merger and 1 neutral piece of information. The third group read only information that made staying separate look good. They read 3 reasons in favor of staying separate and 1 neutral piece of information.
So, one group was more likely to think merging sounds better, and the other was more likely to think staying separate sounds better.
Exactly. It's like playing a card game where you are dealt only one side's cards.
What did the participants answer after that?
First, they were asked whether the information they read was sufficient. They were also asked whether the information was relevant, trustworthy, and important.
So, the study didn't just ask about the amount of information. It also asked, does this information seem useful?
Exactly. Then they answered whether they felt able to make a good judgment about the school's future, whether they recommended merging or staying separate, and whether they thought most other people would agree with them.
Question: did the people who read only one side stay with only one side until the end?
Some participants, after making their first judgment, were later shown the information they had not read before. Then the researchers checked whether their opinions and confidence changed.
Oh, I see. First they walked with only half the map, and then they were given the other half.
The results are very important. Even people who read only one side of the information felt that their information was sufficient, about as much as people who had read both sides.
What? They only read half, but they still felt it was enough?
Exactly. They also felt about as strongly that they could make a careful and fair judgment as the people who had read both sides.
That's scary. It's like looking at only half the test material and saying, I'm totally prepared.
That's a good example. Put simply, it's like looking with only one eye, but feeling as if you were seeing with both eyes.
What happened to their actual judgments?
They were pulled in the direction of the information they read. People who read information that made the merger look good were more likely to recommend the merger. People who read information that made staying separate look good were more likely to recommend staying separate.
So the conclusion really changed depending on what information they saw.
Exactly. If you read only good reviews of a ramen shop, you may want to go there. If you read only bad reviews, you may not want to go. A similar thing happened with judgments about the school merger.
Did the study find anything else?
Participants also tended to think that many other people would make the same judgment they did. In simple terms, they were likely to think, most people would agree with me.
That's like when you want to go to a movie with friends and assume everyone wants to see a movie too.
Exactly. Also, when some participants later read the missing information, their confidence decreased. At first, they felt, I understand enough, but after seeing the other side, they began to think, maybe I didn't know as much as I thought.
Question: so if people receive more information later, can they change their opinions?
In this school merger experiment, that possibility was shown. However, not everyone completely abandoned their first opinion. Many people still held on to their initial view, but their final support for the merger moved closer to the group that had read both sides.
Oh, I see. Looking at the other side can sometimes soften an opinion that had become too rigid.
Let's wrap up. What this paper teaches us is that even when people do not have enough information, they may fail to notice what is missing and feel, I already understand enough.
And that limited information can change their judgment, while also making them think, everyone else probably thinks the same way.
Exactly. That's why, before reaching a conclusion, it's important to ask yourself, what do I still not know?
For example, if two friends are arguing, I should ask, have I heard the other side too?
Exactly. When choosing a school or career path, you should look not only at the good points, but also at commute time, class atmosphere, and whether it fits you. When buying a smartphone, you should look not only at the advertisement, but also at its weaknesses and whether it fits how you use it.
So instead of running forward with only the visible information, we should look for the hidden gaps.
That's a good way to put it. It's like looking at Swiss cheese. You need to notice not only the cheese, but also the holes.
But can we say that this study explains all human judgment?
No, we can't. This study was conducted using a fictional school merger scenario, so we cannot assume that political views, religious beliefs, or strong opinions built over a long time would change in the same way.
If we said this is how all humans think, that itself would be another case of thinking we know enough too soon.
Exactly. The most important thing after hearing about this paper is to pause for a moment when you feel, I know enough.
Question: is there anything we can start doing today?
Yes. Before deciding something, ask yourself, what kind of information would change my mind?
That sounds easy to try. We can use it when we see social media posts, read reviews, or listen to a friend's story.
Exactly. It's not only about collecting more information, it's also about looking for the side you haven't seen yet. That small step may help reduce snap judgments and lead to better decisions.
Oh, I see. It's like checking left and right before stepping on the gas.
Exactly. Today's key phrase is, don't feel like you know the whole story from only half the information.
Oh, I see. Thank you, Dr. Wonko. I learned something new today and feel smarter already. See you next time. Bye.